great to have you. Welcome to the program. Thanks for stopping by. Great radio stations across the land. iHeartRadio, Newsmax TV, JoePags.com. It is the Joe Pags Show for a Thursday. And we're feeling all right. Uh-huh. Say what? Carrie, you going to sing along today? What do you think?
No, I will not.
Didn't think so.
No.
You know why? What? Your middle name is No Fun.
No, that's not true.
Hashtag No Fun. That's the new hashtag for you.
What am I singing?
1-800-383-9624. It is Thursday, almost Friday. The weekend's almost here. So what we do is, or what I do, is I sing. And I don't really care if you could see me or just hear me. I'm going to sing, and I'm not going to be embarrassed about what? I couldn't hear you. You see you're going to join in?
You're going to sing.
Roll it down. Sing along. Let's go.
Took the key. You're feeling all right.
Absolutely.
I'm not feeling too good myself.
Because I don't care. I'll just do it. I'll bring fun to the people.
Feeling all right.
Little harmony for you.
I'm not feeling too good myself.
I don't care. See, that's what you have to understand about me. I'll bring it because it's been brought in. I will sing. We will dance if we have to. I don't care.
I wouldn't call it singing, though.
Pardon me?
I wouldn't call it singing.
Oh, did you want to do the next verse? The next chorus? Would you like to?
No.
Oh, so you've got a lot of things to say, but you're not willing to put it out there. Is what you're saying.
Sing it. Exactly.
Carrie, by the way, is my news anchor, general pain in the neck, and I got to tell you, and I talk about this a lot, and I want people to understand that I kind of enjoy it and I kind of hate it. Do you know what I'm going to talk about here?
I do not. What? It is.
I kind of enjoy it and I kind of hate it.
You're talking about social media.
Yes, because I can't stop.
Dude, you must.
There are more Twitter badasses out there than I ever even expected. Ever, never.
Yeah.
They are Twitter badasses. I mean, they are so tough. The thing today with me is people will go back and see some things that I tweeted a few days ago or whatever. And I talked about, yesterday we talked about Dabo Swinney, the Clemson head coach who has come under fire because he dared be politically incorrect and he dared put it out there. And there's so many different keywords that people on the internet like to hone in on. And the thing with Dabo Swinney is because he's white, and we know that because we can see him, because he's white, he's not supposed to say MLK. Did you see any of that?
No, I just heard it from yesterday.
He's not supposed to say MLK. In fact, something called the griot. Have you ever heard of the griot?
I've never heard of that.
Polo, are you down with the griot? The griot.
I have no idea what that is.
Some sort of a website that caters to black news or something. I don't know. But the griot actually wrote some article or some column that said, "Take MLK out of your mouth, Dabo Swinney." Now, I might be stupid. Shush.
Well,
Don't. See, it's just.
I was going to start.
Let me go. Let me do what I'm going to do here. So you always got to. Let me start again and see if you can control yourself. I might be stupid, but really?
Sorry. Couldn't control it.
But last I checked, the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was talking to Americans. He was talking specifically to the oppressors and to the government and to his neighbors and his children's friends when he talked about having a dream. Now, the attacks that I got yesterday on Twitter, I'm a fascist, I'm a racist, I'm a this-ist, I'm a something-a-phobe. And you know how it goes. I always say, okay, well, just give me one example of anything you just said, and they can't. Or I'll say, call the show, 1-800-383-9624, and they never do because they're Twitter badasses. They are very tough behind their keyboard. I always thought, and on the anniversary of his death and on the anniversary of the I Have a Dream speech on August 28th, I tend to read the speech on the air, and then I play him saying the speech on the air. For some reason, the new Black Panther / Black Lives Matter crowd of today, they want us to believe that speech never happened. We should look at other speeches where he talked about sitting down, and where he talked about standing up to oppression, and where he talked about that's what they want from us. So if I dare comment on Kaepernick, or if Dabo Sweeney does when he's asked about it in a news conference, we're supposed to shut up because we're too white. We're supposed to never say Martin Luther King Jr. because we're too white. When in fact, his message was, I don't care what your skin color is. We want equality. We want equal opportunity. We want that check to not bounce. We want to be able to cash that check of opportunity in this great land. That's what he wanted. And he died wanting it. But if your profile picture is too lily white or peach or whatever, Caucasian. For God's sakes, in South Texas, they call us Anglos. I don't understand. Carrie, I don't understand that.
I don't know either.
How the hell did I become an Anglo?
It's quite popular. I don't know.
I mean, Anglo is part of white Anglo-Saxon Protestant, isn't it? I mean, so I don't know. I'm mainly Southern Italian, where we're, darker skinned and Catholic. I mean, I'm not Catholic anymore, but I was growing up. For those who are wondering, well, what are you now? Non-denominational Christian. But having said that, I'm not a WASP. I'm not an Anglo. I actually make fun of it. I say we're a right angle. And that makes everybody mad. Well, you're an Anglo, and I'm a Latino or a Hispanic, or I'm African American. Everybody else has these nice names. We're friggin' Angles. We're Angles. So, having said that, if you're white in America, the Twitter badasses and the Colin Kaepernicks of the world want us all to shut up. Now, one of the initial problems I had with Colin Kaepernick doing what he's doing, and now members of my favorite team, the Miami Dolphins, who I think should all be, put on the waivers list, they're now not standing up there. They're also kneeling. But as you talked about the other day, and as we talked about a little bit, and now we've got even more kids doing it, young people will emulate what they see these people do.
Yeah.
Young people will think, well, I have to do it. Case in point, and correct me if I get any of this wrong, there was a kid, I'm not really sure what state it was in, but he's a high school football player. His team was about to play another team, and they wanted to beat the other team. In the locker room, he says white players on his own team were throwing the N-word around and using all sorts of racial epithets.
Right.
That's the story that we got.
That's right, exactly.
So because of that, to protest, he decided he would kneel during the national anthem. Now, keep in mind, Colin Kaepernick thinks he's going to affect change to something he doesn't even know is really going on, because when he talks about it, he sounds like an idiot. And then he wears a Fidel Castro shirt, which proves he's an idiot. But now a young person not protesting police or the community not working together or young black men being killed, by police or whatever. No, this young man says, heard the N-word in the locker room. I now kneel for the national anthem. But some other idiot says, somebody gave me a dirty look, and I think it's because I'm black or Hispanic. I'm now going to kneel during the national anthem. Now, if you've got, a gas bubble, you should kneel during the national anthem. Well, I would stand up, but I'm afraid because I got a gas bubble, and it probably was caused by how oppressed I am. So this is what we've turned into. This is what I warned what would happen. We've got the older idiots making tens of millions of dollars to play a game, even though Colin Kaepernick is getting tens of millions of dollars to not play the game as he rides the bench. And you've got young people who look up to him and say, well, that's probably the right thing to do. Something bothers me today. Let me kneel for the national anthem. At some point, we have to stop the insanity. At some point, we have to say enough is enough. What's wrong with you people? And I'm the one who's going to say it. And I'm here to tell you, I don't believe Martin Luther King Jr. would have ever suggested people sit out the national anthem. I believe he would tell all people of all races, colors, creeds, backgrounds, ethnicities to stand during the national anthem and then protest that we're not living according to what that anthem and what that flag represents. I think that's what he wanted. I think he wanted his children to have the opportunity to play football and make millions of dollars, or play on a high school football team along with white kids and Hispanic kids. I know he wanted that because I've read his speeches, I've listened to his words, and I've watched him give them. But again, because I'm an Angle, I'm not supposed to be able to say anything. How dare you? Do you really think, if you're somebody who believes that I shouldn't talk about Martin Luther King Jr., do you really believe that's what he fought for and died for? For you to tell me, because I'm too white in your eyes, that I couldn't talk about what he wanted, what his dream was, what he was talking about, what the conversation was? Do you think that's what he died for? Don't you see how stupid that is? And don't you see how bad you look and how you're sullying his legacy by saying that stuff? Come on, dude. Come on, man. 1-800-383-9624. Also, on the program today, are we giving away a part of the internet? Ted Cruz, Senator Ted Cruz, is working hard to stop us from giving away any part of the internet. We'll have that for you. We'll talk about Donald Trump's child care plan. Is it an entitlement? Is it anti-conservative? That and much more as we get rolling here. 1-800-383-9624, joepags.com. Coming right back.